I think I started in June, and I completed my sessions in August this year. And this was my second map. Yeah, I had taken one before in 2022. So, what made me try that? Actually, it started with realizing that, like, I had addiction patterns. So, addiction to, like, not substance, but addiction to, like, if I would need a certain thing, I would get addicted to it easily. And that's how it started. And then as I, like, went deeper into realizing, like, like that's basically was the inspiration. But then I found out that we can heal three traumas in one session. And so when I had my intro session, I realized that all of that was coming from, like, the deeper patterns that I had from my childhood. Most of them, like, coming from a very significant masculine in my life, from a very significant male member in my life. And that is where, like, there was, like, this thing that I was living in extremes. Either I was extremely obsessed with something, or I was extremely numbed out to certain things, and there was no middle ground. And I was like, that yeah, I let's try this. Because, given my um, journey, my life so far, it was getting very difficult for me to be an extremist, because it would take all of my energy. And then yeah, I just signed up for it, and that was like the first time I went ahead. And it was like massive improvement just in the first session. And after the 12 aftermath care sessions, like, I was a complete new person. Yeah. And then I felt like I have healed all my traumas, and I don't need map anymore. But then, like, I think this year, um, other things started to come up, like these obsessive attachment patterns. And that kept me in the loop of a very wrong relationship that wasn't meant for me. And I realized that it was because of my trauma bond that I had while doing the map. Like, the one relationship I was stuck in for a decade. It was like something I was stuck in for almost 9-10 years of my life. And it got so easy for me to come out of it, because I had healed the core trauma. And it was like, because when I saw this person, it was like I saw those qualities in him that I would have wanted to see in my father, taking care of me, and how he was treating others. So it was like I was bonded to this person in a way that I just want this man in my life. And that was like taking a lot from me, um, in my health, in my finances, because there was a lot of energy leak that was happening. And yeah, like, even this time, like, this was my second experience with map. My life has been like, this has been like a life transforming experience. And it's so quick, like, it's like immediate, that the when you feel that rush of energy flowing back again, that was stuck because of the trauma. And that is when you start coming back to life. There are actually many changes, I can say. First of all, the way I look at myself, um, my I feel like my overall body energy is so much better. I have more energy. I'm not getting tired as I was getting tired earlier. I look so much better within myself. My skin is so much better. I'm able to take care of myself. Otherwise, I start every time I started a new routine. it would break in between because I had no energy for myself, because all the energy was going into other relationships where I wanted other relationships in my life to take care of me. And then I was getting disappointed and probably like my love life and all of that. But as I started to do that, I that got better. So I started taking care of myself um, better. I'm able to create more routines that are healthy for me. Um, I also lost a lot of weight. Like, a lot of people say that due to trauma, you gain a lot of weight, but I lost a lot of weight. These are like the physical changes. If I talk about my relationships, so somewhere in the name of boundaries, I had cut myself from a lot of relationships. But now I see a lot of support coming from the healthy relationships that I have. And it's just about putting boundaries and not cutting them off from my life. So my relationship, like even with my family, like my cousins and my parents, has gotten better. Like it's not it has not become that I'm with them all the time, but they're so supportive every time. And my friends, and they show up every time I need it. But it's not from a space of codependency. If I have to tell myself, like the me before map, I actually wouldn't have to tell her, because I've had this realization a long time ago that I want to be at peace, and I will do anything in my life to change myself, not the outcome. And that is what led me. And I had no resistance to try map. But one advice that I would give to myself ever since I started my healing journey is to be that just be loving and compassionate to yourself, like to myself, because I've had this pattern of being very hard on myself, and like I'm a Virgo, so I'm just like, just chasing perfectionism. And if I have to advise a friend or somebody, that while it may, like, just by hearing it, it may look like, oh, it's trauma healing, and, you know, people may make a big deal about it. But the way MAP has been designed, it's so compassionate, it's so loving, and it's so supportive. Right? This is exactly what you may need. Um, because that it's just not done in one go. You are taken care of. You are constantly checked in. And there are times when we just need that, like, just a pop up that, yeah, I am taken care of. So that is something I would say, that that it was the most compassionate experience both the times. And both the times I have had a very life transforming experience, complete shift in my physical reality. Things change like rapidly. um I know, like, so many things in the physical that were stuck started moving. And yeah, that was the best thing.